What is going on, everybody? It's the Frog, and we're here for AEW Rampage and SmackDown review. Tony, my man Tony, what the fuck was that ending on Rampage tonight? First off, I hate Lumberjack matches, and AEW tonight showed you why. Lumberjack matches are by far the worst stipulation you can book two wrestlers in. Tonight, we had a Lumberjack match to close off Rampage with some of the dumbest shit out there. First off, outside of the best friends, you had everyone. This also, tonight's Lumberjack match with Who Were the Lumberjacks, showed AEW's problem with mid-card babyfaces. People you would see on Dark or Dark Elevation. The entirety of the Lumberjacks tonight were regulars and mainstays on Dark and Dark Elevation. From the Wingmen to the Acclaimed. I know they've had some matches on on Rampage and Wednesday night, but they're usually mainstays on Elevation and Dark. You had the Gun Club. When was the last time the Gun Club was on Wednesday on TV? Oh, that's right, when they turned heel on Paul White for absolutely no fucking reason. And had zero follow-up outside of maybe one video package, but again, no follow-up. And then you had a couple other ones that you just usually see. I mean, you had Fuego out there too. He was the only baby face with the battle. It was him, Yuta, Chuck Taylor, and Chris Statlander were the only baby faces, and I guess you had the Varsity Blondes too. So that's six people who were baby faces. Everyone else, and there was like probably 20 people out here for this Lumberjack match. Everyone else was heels, and none of them were mainstays on Wednesday and Friday night. So I'm sure everybody who was out there for a Lumberjack match was on Dark or Dark Elevation. I mean Dark taping tonight. But it just showed that AEW's got a problem because there are too many fucking heels in this company. It doesn't even matter if Hangman wins the championship, the Super League, the Super Click turn on Kenny Omega, and Kenny Omega comes back as a babyface. That's one babyface that you have now with a whole cavalcade of heels. It's just, there's too many babyfaces, and tonight's ending just showed that AEW's got a problem with their heels, and they need to fix it soon. And it just seems like every so often, it seems like we're having more heels join the heel side than the babyface side every single time we turn around. We'll get to that match when we do. Now, the show started with Bobby Fish versus Jungle Boy. This match, of course, is happening because on Wednesday, when Anthony Bowens tapped out to the, what is it called? Jungle Boy's finisher, the snare trap. He went to go celebrate, and then Bobby Fish, out of nowhere, just comes down running, beats him up, and obviously it was a hit job by Adam Cole because of their affiliation with the Undisputed Era and prior. Then, of course, backstage, Adam Cole suggests to Bobby Fish that he should have a match with Jungle Boy tonight, so that when we get to that match tomorrow, that Jungle Boy is not 100%. So that the whole winning and losing did not matter to Bobby Fish tonight. Bobby Fish was here to make sure Jungle Boy did not make it to tomorrow night's show match at a 100%, meaning that it is basically a 3-on-2 disadvantage for 3-on-2 advantage for the Super Click. And the Jurassic Express and Christian Cage are at a disadvantage. So, immediately Jungle Boy rushes the ring as his music's playing. Bobby Fish is already in the ring. And he just picks this guy up and drops him on his head. That looked nasty. He's fucking like, I'm gonna beat your ass. You fucked me up 2 days ago. I'm coming here to beat the living shit out of you. But this entire match, Bobby Fish, for the most part, dominates Jungle Boy. He dominates him. He picks him up and lifts him on his shoulder out on the outside. He's working on the shoulder. Even Chris Jericho says a dislocated shoulder to Jungle Boy could leave him out of the match tomorrow night, which would make it a 3-on-2 handicap match, and that wouldn't be good for the good guys. So the target is hurt Jungle Boy, hurt his arm, hurt his shoulder, so he's not going to be able to work well tomorrow night. Jungle Boy does get back into it. He struggles for the snare trap towards the end of the match. He uses it to finally get the choke in, lock in. He locks it in. Bobby Fish is fading away and barely taps out to pick up the win. Bobby Fish did his job because his Jungle Boy gets out of the snare trap. He is holding his shoulder. He is not going into tomorrow's match at 100%. He gets up. Adam Cole immediately runs down. He starts fighting. Him and Jungle Boy start fighting. Bobby Fish, of course, is still there. Him and Adam Cole double team Jungle Boy, taking him down. Eventually, they embrace. Adam Cole goes to get 2 chairs because he's going to concerto. He wants to concerto Jungle Boy and get paid back for what Christian Cage did to him last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was. Yet, Christian Cage and Luchasaurus run out to make the save. Cole retreats up the ramp where the Young Bucks are standing. Bobby Fish is left to get beat up. He does by the 2 and then eats a kill switch for his trouble. I'm surprised Christian Cage did not go for a concerto, but Adam Cole did take a chair, so it wouldn't have been possible, I guess, at that time. Really good match. Jungle Boy got the hell beat out of him, so it is going to pretty much be a 3-on-2 disadvantage. It's a 3-on-2.5 disadvantage for the draft for the babyface team. It's going to make it so much easier for the Super Click to win, and Christian Cage should be the one taking that pinfall because Jungle Boy should not be getting pinned. Luchasaurus should not be getting pinned because Jungle Boy's been pinned, I think, a little bit too much. Christian Cage is the legend. Christian Cage is a guy who is legitimately Teflon. He doesn't need to win. He doesn't need to be winning matches over and over and over again. He had his little streak before he lost, and that is that. Before that clash at the AEW World Eliminator Tournament Finals, we have words from Bryan Danielson and Miro. This is going to be a damn good match, and I've said it before. I'll say it again. I fear for Bryan Danielson because how hard he likes to go and how hard Miro hits. Bryan Danielson does mention in the package as long as he's known Miro and how many times he's wrestled Miro, he's never beaten Miro. So that is definitely something to look forward to. Maybe that's foreshadowing the fact that Bryan Danielson's going to win at the pay-per-view, but I can't say for sure. This match really could go either way, and you know it can. And it doesn't matter who wins this match because the World Championship match still ends the same way. No, either way. So yeah, this match is going to be great. It's definitely front runner for match of the night in my opinion. Even though I know Kenny Omega and Hangman are going to go out there to try to have a match of the year contender. We'll have to wait and see on time and everything. We do have 10 matches tomorrow. We watched back what happened with Kenny Omega, Hangman Page, and the return of Don Callis, who bloodied up Hangman, allowing Kenny to sign with Hangman's blood. We get a backstage where Adam Cole starts trying to sell the match on the pay-per-view when Hangman shows up. It says he wants to have words with the Bucks alone. The Bucks are like, it's all right, Cole. We got this. Hangman looked at the Bucks and he's like, you know what? I know you guys had nothing to do with Wednesday night, but I need to say something I should have said a while ago. He says, I'm sorry that I was an ass for a long time. I cost you guys a chance at the tag team titles, but you guys cost me a chance at the world title in July. So as far as I see it, we're even. So here's the deal. If you even lay a hand on me on tomorrow night, I will ruin you. He walks off, and the Bucks do not look happy. But here's the thing. I don't think they'll be laying a hand on Mr. Hangman Page. I think they're going to be beating the shit out of Kenny Omega and taking him out of AEW for a couple months, at least a month or two, and then we'll eventually get the setup for Adam Cole versus Kenny Omega at Revolution, where I think they're going with that. Jade Cargill versus Santana Garrett. This match was pathetic. Jade Cargill doesn't sell for shit. Jade Cargill can't wrestle for shit. I don't know what's with Santana Garrett, but every time I see her wrestle, I don't know if she does it on purpose, but she wrestles as if she can't, as if she's new to the game, as if she's a young green wrestler, and she's been wrestling for a good bit of time now. Why is she always looks? She always seems to look worse every time she goes out there, and I know she can wrestle better than this. But Red Velvet's sitting out there, and unlike when Jade was out there and there's no one around, she's sitting in the actual crowd. Santana Garrett's down, fucking Jade Cargill decides, I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna talk shit to Red Velvet. They have words, Red Velvet, then like Santana Garrett gets thrown into Red Velvet. Red Velvet wants to fight Jade Cargill. Cargill gets back into the ring, hits the Jade and gets the win. Who gives a shit? By the way, it's 1 year since she got signed by AEW. She looks to, well, Mark Sterling wants to give her a cake. He's begging with her to give her a cake, give her the cake. Red Velvet spears her, goes and gets over to the cake and shoves it in Mark Sterling's face, which of course was going to happen to it anyway. Jade gets up as if the spear had no effect on her. Gets up, they start fighting. I could give two shits about this. I don't care about this match. They remind us of the shitty tag team match between Jade Cargill and Shaq versus Cody and Red Velvet. That match, I will say it, but I said it then, I'll say it now. That match fucking sucked. This match between these two, I could care less about. Jade Cargill is going to end up facing Thunder Rosa, and she better fucking lose to Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa has no business losing to a woman like Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill, like, this is the sad thing. Jade Cargill is on the same path that the current AEW Women's Champion is. Too much, too soon. Plain and simple. They're pushing two of the absolute worst women in this company at wrestling to the moon for no goddamn reason. Jade Cargill had her first match when she had that tag team match with Red Velvet, Shaq, and Cody. That was her first ever match. And that was in March of this year. This wasn't March of last year, which if it was March of last year, I'd be like, okay, maybe there's some talk of her doing something. She should be nowhere near a championship until at least 2024 or 2025. I don't want to hear nothing of it. She is nowhere close to being ready. What is with Tony Khan and whoever the hell helps him book the women's division, pushing shitty ass fucking green women who are greener than grass, greener than the greenest grass you can find in the world, over a Riho, a Ryo Mizunami, a Shida, like anybody that you can think of who actually has skills. Why is Jade in the position she's in? Let me think. Who is the best? Oh yeah, Serena Deeb should be that heel being pushed in the TBS Women's Division, the TBS Women's Championship push. But of course, she had to lose to Shida, so Shida could give her 50. Cargill should have lost to Deeb. Deeb should have moved on to. Well, Deeb should have beat somebody, moved on to Cargill, beat Cargill, and then go up against somebody like Shida. They got this whole thing fucked up. She when it comes down to this, and after Jade Cargill loses to Thunder Rosa, what she should fall as far down as possible. Serena Deeb should be the secondary heel because the Faker is the heel right now for some stupid fucking reason. But she's like Serena Deeb should be the heel to help elevate the women's division, elevate a Ruby Soho, elevate a Chris Statlander, elevate a Thunder Rosa, even though she doesn't need to elevate Thunder Rosa because Thunder Rosa is the most popular woman in this division. Don't tell me the fucking Faker is because you don't hear those crowd reactions when Thunder Rosa comes out. Thunder Rosa is the most over woman in this company. You think otherwise, you're a blithering fucking idiot. Anyway, Jade Cargill lose it and beat. Of course, she's gonna beat Red Velvet. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's a squash match in and of itself. You know it's gonna happen. That's what AEW is gonna do. when Jamie Hayter loses to Thunder Rosa, which she should, no doubt about it, we get Cargill, and Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa beats Jade Cargill decisively. There ain't gonna be no back and forth. Jade Cargill isn't even a year into this business. She should get her ass defeated and destroyed by Thunder Rosa. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. They can play it off as well. The youth factor, the youth and inexperience caught up to Jade because Jade has been on a winning streak. Jade hasn't lost a match. It's time for that to happen when she comes to Thunder Rosa, who's been in this business for a damn long time, is one of the best women's wrestlers in the fucking world, is your next AEW Women's World Champion, which we'll talk about then when we get to the finals, who she's going to lose to in the finals. But Jade will fall to Thunder Rosa. Jade, after that, should be stuck on Dark and Dark Elevation for the next year. This match sucked. It was boring. It was just... Jade suffers from the same thing the champion suffers from. They can't wrestle past 3 minutes. They can't wrestle past 3.5 minutes at the most. But if they do, they start botching, they start fucking up, and the match just goes from being, okay, it was done and over with, to, man, get this match over with. I know they're trying to get you to care about Red Velvet versus Jade Cargill, but I could not care less. It's just so much. Like, yes, the first match was back in March. It sucked back then. It's gonna suck when they have their match later on this in the next few weeks. I can't wait till this TBS Championship tournament is over, and we're gonna have somebody like a Ruby Soho, even a Chris Statlander or Thunder Rosa, which it makes no sense for Thunder Rosa to hold that championship, to elevate that championship and make it more prestigious than the Women's Championship is right now, because the Women's Championship right now is an absolute joke. Moving on, CM Punk and Eddie Kingston's Battle Hostiles will finally come to a head in the ring tomorrow night. We look at the personal rivalry and both men speak out when they stand in a pre-tape vignette. Up next, we have a battle of hometown hero, hometown boy, Dante Martin versus hometown boy, Arya Daivari. This is Arya Daivari's first TV match since being released by WWE earlier this year in the mass releases they've done over the summer. Great to see Arya Daivari actually get a chance to do something. Wait, did Arya Daivari get fired last year or this year? I couldn't tell you. I haven't watched 205 Live ever. I never watched a single match, a single episode. But this was a damn good match. Dante Martin is young. Now, Leo Rush was not here tonight because on Tuesday night, Leo Rush lost his grandmother. So he came, he had his match on Wednesday, and then went home to spend time with his family. We will probably see Leo Rush back probably next week, maybe the week after that, who knows. But this was damn good. Like, Arya Daivari definitely is got the more season over Dante Martin. Dante Martin is still getting up there, and I don't know, man. It's like Dante Martin has been on his own for majority of this year. I think all of this year. I don't know when Darius got hurt. Maybe it was January of this year. But like Dante, they given Dante the ball when Darius went down, and he has run with it and done a damn good job. Does he win all the time? No. Does he lose all the time? No. This guy goes out there, he wows the crowd, he gives you a damn good match. And Dante Martin is definitely going to be somebody. It's like, if Dante Martin and Darius Martin went their separate ways as a team, I honestly don't see why they would keep Darius around, because Dante is just killing it on his own. And Arya Daivari came out here tonight, and he looked like he was fighting for a job. It was his hometown, which the crowd, how often do you see hometown hero versus hometown hero in professional wrestling? I don't know when the last time I actually saw a hometown versus hometown. The closest I think we got was Miz and Dolph Ziggler, because they're both from Cleveland. I think so. Yeah. I believe Miz and Dolph Ziggler are both from Cleveland, but yeah, I think that's the only ones I can think of. I couldn't tell you 2 times a match where you have, well, unless you want to have, We haven't had Matt versus Nick Jackson in an actual competitive match on TV, which would be in their hometown. That would be fucking crazy. But the crowd was all over it for both of these guys. Like, they were chanting something. I hope it's in the notes. I hope it's in here somewhere. It's not. I have no idea. They were saying something that I think only like guys like Aria Davario, if you're from Minneapolis, you would actually get. There was like a chant going on, and I have no idea what they were saying. But these fans were like, "Wow, we have two guys here from our hometown. We got to cheer both of them." Now, of course, Taz and Ricky Starks were on commentary the entire time. They were talking about the fact that if Aria does well, they'll try to recruit him. If Dante wins the match, they're going to try and recruit him. Obviously, this is going to lead to Team Taz versus Dante Martin and Leo Rush. That's going to be Dante and Leo's first actual feud, which is fine. I have no problem with that. It will give them something to do and give Ricky Starks versus Leo Rush on the mic. Yes, please. I'm fine with that, absolutely. Damn good match here. Guys just showing off what they can do. Of course, Dante was going to win. But again, like I said, this felt like Aria was going out there and being like, this could be my one and only shot to get to AEW. If I impress them enough, then maybe I'm going to get that Aria Davario's Elite stick poster and sign a contract. Is this the last time we're going to see Aria Davario in AEW? Hell no. I'm sure that, they might have taped the match with him tonight. Who knows? For Dark, definitely going to be very interesting to see what happens with Aria Davario. He looked damn good tonight. Dante looked... What can you say about Dante Martin? He is fucking fantastic every time he turns around. Martin leaps out of a 2. Martin takes up to the skies with a beautiful crossbody from the outside. He goes up for the double bouncing moonsault for the 1, 2, 3. After the match, Ricky Starks stays on commentary while Powerhouse Hobbs and Hook go to the ring. And basically, they gave him a contract to join Team Taz. And Starks is like, read it over. Read it through all the way and get back to us later. Don't even have to say anything right now. So that obviously, like I said, that's going to lead to Dante Martin and Leo Rush versus Team Taz. Maybe that leads to something else. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. It's definitely going to be a fun time. So then we get to a Lumberjack match. Before that, and who the fuck thought that it was a good idea for the best friends to come out wearing lumberjack suits? You had the Wingman, you had the Varsity Blondes, you had the Butcher and the Blade, you had all these other wrestlers out here. QT Marshall was out in his business attire, his business casual attire. Aaron Solo looked like he was ready to wrestle. Everyone except for the best friends were out there looking like they were ready to wrestle. And then the best friends come out looking like a bunch of bums wearing lumberjack stuff. Why? Why? It was just, it was so stupid. Absolutely stupid. So, before the match even starts, we have, like I said, we had Fuego, the best friends. That's 3 right there. Because Statlander was out there too. And the Varsity Blondes, which that's 6 people. Everyone else was a heel. So Matt Hardy's like, for the one night only, everybody out here who's around the ring can be a member of the HFO for a big payday. $20,000 to the man who takes out Orange Cassidy. So every single heel ran to the side where all the few baby faces were, and beat the shit out of the best friend. So basically, for the majority of this match, it was Orange Cassidy versus Matt Hardy with a bunch of heel lumberjacks because the best friends had to play dead. If I would tell you I gave a shit about this match, I didn't. I'm over this. I don't care that Matt Hardy won. Yes, of course he won because there were too many heels and not enough baby faces. Where were the Dark Order? Why the fuck couldn't they be out there? I don't know. All I know is brass knucks to Orange Cassidy. Hardy puts the pins, wins, and that is it. I am done. No more of this bullshit. After that, the HFO, like everybody, all the heels, beat the hell out of Orange Cassidy and the best friends. Chris Statlander eats a brass knuck from the bunny. Everyone gets knocked out. Everyone's left laying, and the heels stand tall. What a shitty way. This is the first night. This is the first night of your Full Gear weekend, and this is how you end it. Man, that was fucking terrible. Absolutely terrible. Again, where were the Dark Order? They have history with the Hardy Family Office, but where the fuck were they? I hope this is it. I really, really hope this is it. Why does Tony Khan continue to do this? Orange Cassidy needs to stop wrestling all the fucking time. He does not need to wrestle every fucking week or every other week. They are kind of it's kind of eroding away the Orange Cassidy mystique that you had for so long. You went from January, from Double or Nothing 2019, which was the first event, all the way to Revolution of 2020 without Orange Cassidy, if I'm correct, wrestling one fucking match. His first match, if I'm correct, was against Pac. And then it's we took the bottle, the toothpaste out of the bottle, we can't put it back in, so we're just gonna have him wrestle all the fucking time. Don't need to see Orange Cassidy wrestling all the fucking time. I just can't with this. I just don't even, I don't care about this feud. I haven't cared about this feud. Just, if this was the end, good. Matt and his goons can move on. The best friends can go away for a bit if they have to. I don't care. End this goddamn fucking feud. And yeah. No, the big money Matt feud, the big money Matt gimmick has not really gone over with the fans as much as his broken gimmick. Big money Matt Hardy was something he came up in Impact Wrestling back in, 2015, 2014, whenever that year was. That eventually morphed into Broken Matt Hardy. And I'm just gonna say this now: Broken Matt Hardy and the Big Money Matt Hardy things were much, much better in Impact. This, I don't really care for Matt Hardy. I know Matt Hardy's there to help elevate talents, help bid talent over. But can you explain to me why you drug out the Orange Cassidy feud for months and months and months? Jack Evans got fucking shaved bald. Matt Hardy's team lost time and time and time and time and time again. And here we are, hopefully the end of this fucking bullshit. I'm done with this fucking feud. This has gone on longer than the Best Friends versus Kip Sabian and Miro. And that thing never seemed to die. So I'm hoping this is true and this is it, because I'm just sick of it. I'm absolutely sick of it. And they've got to stop this too. How many fucking times do we have to have bullshit heel tactics, bullshit? If this is the fucking end of the feud, why did Matt Hardy win? That's my question. If that was the end of the feud, why did Matt Hardy win? Why did the Best Friends and Orange Cassidy get the hell beat out of him and left laying for dead? Something tells me that that's not it. Something tells me that we're going to get more of this, because you got to have the babyface stand tall at the end. All I know is Tony, Vince, Don, Gato, everybody. If there's any fucking booker out there, kill the fucking Lumberjack match. It's a shitty fucking stipulation. It always looks terrible on fucking TV. You make the wrestlers on the outside look stupid. You make the wrestlers on the inside and the referee also look stupid. It's just, I can't fucking stand this. So, that is Rampage. Probably one of the worst booked Rampages they've had, even though you had 2 good matches. Everything else was mid at best. But let's not forget about SmackDown. SmackDown wasn't any better. So tonight's one thing that was named for tonight is that Roman Reigns was going to take on Xavier Woods for the winner to rule over SmackDown as the one true king. We had not one, but two talents pulled from the respective Survivor Series matches to be replaced by who? I don't know. Gee, it's almost as if you should know. You should have spent the week after Crown Jewel, the night after Crown Jewel. The night after Crown Jewel, you could have started qualifying matches, having the whole month of November dedicated to qualifying matches, where talent like a Bobby Lashley, a Ricochet, a Drew McIntyre, a Seth Rollins, a Sami Zayn, a Dominic and Rey Mysterio, everybody and anybody, Kevin Owens, all could have fought over the last month to the rest of the month to see who would be representing their company, their brands at the Survivor Series. Did they do that? No. We had Dominic replaced by Bobby Lashley, and now tonight we had Sami Zayn taken off his team by losing a match to Jeff Hardy, and Aaliyah pulled off of her team for absolutely no fucking reason, all because she won her first match with Naomi as her tag team partner. Because we need heel authorities in here. Oh, and by the way, Von Wagner was called up to SmackDown already. Who the fuck is Von Wagner? I don't fucking know, but he's standing there in Adam Pearce's office being his bodyguard. Why? I don't fucking know. This company just doesn't make sense at all. So we come out, show starts, we have Shotzi Blackheart, Natalya, Shayna Baszler, and Aaliyah all in the ring. They are 4 of the members of the Survivor Series team. She brings out Sasha Banks, who gets her own entrance because she is Sasha Banks. Banks hits the ring and Shotzi stares her down. They start fighting because, wasn't there a time when Survivor Series teams got along? A Survivor Series team was made up of talent that actually liked each other and gave a shit about each other and would fight tooth and nail to I hate this brand supremacy bullshit because nobody likes each other. You have on this team Shotzi and Sasha Banks, who are, by the way, feuding now. And here we are on the Survivor Series team, but they have to put that all aside so they could team up and face off and take down Monday Night Raw. Even though Shayna Baszler was on Monday Night Raw before the brand split, before the draft ended. Just like the fact that Jeff Hardy is on the SmackDown team for the men, and Drew McIntyre was. Both of them were on Monday Night Raw. But I'm supposed to be believing that brand supremacy fucking matters. Nobody fucking cares about brand supremacy. So Banks hits the ring. Let's see. The music interrupts, and out comes Naomi. She gets into Bill's face. There's still chaos in the ring with everyone arguing. The Baszler grabs Naomi from behind, and they start fighting. All 6 women brawl and fight. And then guess what? We got ourselves a 6-woman tag match because that's not fucking creative. Hey, Monday Night Raw did something different. They had all 5 women go out there and fight to see who would be the number 1 contender for the Raw Women's Championship, which was won by Liv Morgan. Hey, that's fucking smarter than this. This is just old repetitive bullshit we see week in and week out. Naomi's not even on here for the Women's Survivor Series team. And here she is in a 6-person tag match with her, Aaliyah, and Sasha Banks versus Shayna Baszler, Shotzi, and Natalya. Why? Why? This company just makes me want to tear my fucking hair out and just... I want this company to do better. Be better. You have so much fucking talent on your rosters and you just do the same shit week in and week out. Aaliyah rolls up fucking Natalya after Natalya had her in the sharpshooter, but Naomi, she was using the rope for leverage. Naomi said, grabs her and chokes her down, like, crotches her, like, chokes her down. That allows Aaliyah to pin her and get the win, and Aaliyah wins her first match. And she is so excited, she's crying, she's happy, because she won her first match. Why is that such a thing? Why are you celebrating winning your first match on SmackDown? It's SmackDown. It's not like you won the SmackDown Women's Championship. It's not like you won the Irrelevant Tag Team Championship. You won a match. Good for you. Who gives a shit? Sami Zayn's backstage now talking to his fellow Team SmackDown members about how, he's pretending to. How he is the team captain and will do anything to make sure ensure the victory. The camera zooms out and we see Sami is just ranting to himself in the mirror. Hardy appears behind Sami. Sami asks Hardy how much of the pep talk that he just saw. He says he's been doing that. He was there the whole time. Sami asks what he thought of it. And Jeff says it sucked, and it sucked real bad. Sami isn't thrilled, and Jeff's answered. We see Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman walking backstage. We go to commercial break. Back from break, we see how Aaliyah got the pin in her first official SmackDown match. She is happy backstage. She's jumping. She's dancing. She's happy. She's jovial. Alicia asking congratulations and asking what she's thinking. She's on cloud 9 due to the victory and being on Team SmackDown. When Sonya walks up and asks how long has she known Naomi for? Why? What relevance does that have to the match that she just had? Naomi walked out there and you made the fucking match. What does that have to do with how long she asked to know Naomi? This was a stupid fucking question. You had Shayna Baszler, Natalya, and Shotzi as heels. Aaliyah is a babyface at this time. What team are you going to put her on? You're the fucking one who booked the match. You or Adam Pearce. They didn't just have these 6 brawl and then go, I'm going to wrestle with these 2. You made the fucking match off TV. So, someone please explain to me why she's coming up to her. Oh, she won the match. Yeah, Naomi and Sasha Banks celebrated with her. So fucking what? Why aren't you going to Sasha Banks and like, how long have you known Naomi? So, she says, I have been informed that you are not on Team SmackDown anymore. Seville takes a phone call and walks off as Aaliyah is shocked and disappointed. First off, why was Aaliyah put on this show on this card anyway? Why was she on this match? Why was she in the Survivor Series match? You were out there with them. You could have cut her right then and there. Nope, you wait to do it backstage. Maybe next time do fucking qualifying matches. I don't fucking get this company whatsoever. The only team of all 4 Survivor Series teams that didn't lose a member was the Raw Women's team. Why? Because they had a 5-way to see who was going to go up against Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship. When that match happens, hell if I should know. This just makes no sense. DeVille, what is with WWE and heel authority figures? It is done to fucking death. If there is one thing the Attitude Era did that ruined professional wrestling, is make a heel authority figure the most overused, overdone, drawn out angle we have in professional wrestling. WWE has done it every fucking 6 years or every few years. Impact Wrestling did it with Dixie Carter and MVP. Tony Khan's not going to be an authority figure on TV. Hopefully they stay the course and don't. I am sick to death of heel authority figures. This company just got to fucking stop already. It is so fucking stupid that we have to sit here and again see somebody who wants to be a total bitch. Now, who's going to take her spot? I'm just going to be honest. It's going to probably be Sonya Deville because Sonya Deville is a bitch. That's what they're doing with her. They're getting her back in the ring. And I just couldn't fucking care less. I don't know. I just don't know. This show just fucking sucks. We get a progressive sponsor showing what happened last week between the Bloodline and the New Day. Kayla Braxton approaches Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman backstage. Reigns interrupts and says Kayla can only here for 2 reasons: to acknowledge Tribal Chief or flirt with the wise man. Yeah, Roman has jokes. He asks Kayla what she wants. He erupts and says no one cares. He says what she wants. He enters the locker room suite and tells Heyman to smarten Kayla up. Heyman reveals that Reigns has authorized him to up the ante against King Xavier Woods tonight. He says Woods will take a bended knee to acknowledge Roman Reigns as the Tribal Chief, but if Reigns isn't man enough to make that happen, then Reigns will bend the knee to Woods. Heyman says if Reigns doesn't live up to the stipulation, WWE can strip him of the Universal title and ban him from SmackDown. Doesn't that make tonight's show a lot more interesting? Nope, not at all. Rick Boogs and Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura versus Los Lotharios. If you were paying attention to social media, Angel Garza is no longer Angel Garza. He is just Angel, and Humberto Carrillo is no longer Humberto Carrillo. He is just Humberto. So it's Angel and Humberto. You can't call Angel Garza Garza because that name's already taken in professional wrestling. He could be Garza Jr. again if they wanted to, but he can't just be named Garza. Back from break, and we see Baron Corbin is talking with Madcap Moss backstage. They crack jokes on the Viking Raiders during last week's Happy Talk. We go back to Moss and Corbin. Moss cracks another shitty fucking joke because the only people who think these jokes are funny are John Laurinaitis, the Vince McMahon, and Bruce Pritchard, and Michael Cole. That is it. Nobody else with a fucking brain, not even Pat McAfee, thinks these are funny. They're fucking stupid. So, man, Rick Boogs, I tell you what, this guy just shows you how much of an athlete he is. He's got this guy, and he's got Humberto in a waist lock, and he's just going back and forth at least 5 or 6 times with this man as if it's with no effort at all. But in the end, back and forth, Los Lotharios hit a double team on Angel and delivers a kick to stun Nakamura. Angel and Humberto bring Nakamura back in to his feet and deliver the modified total elimination for the pin and the win, and Los Lotharios pick up the win. Los Lotharios, I have no problem with them winning. Why did you pin Nakamura? Why? Shouldn't you have Nakamura or Boogs for him do some kind of promo backstage because Nakamura is facing Damian Priest at the pay-per-view next Sunday, right? Yeah, next Sunday is Survivor Series, if I'm correct, the 21st. And you have yet to have anything between Damian Priest and Nakamura. What the hell? Sonya Deville's backstage down to Pierce, and Von Wagner, who's just standing there with his arms crossed, looking like a tool. She mentioned about making the women's team, SmackDown team stronger by removing Aaliyah and suggests Pierce should do the same. Sammy walks in. He's concerned with the member of the team SmackDown. Sammy wants Jeff Hardy removed from the team. Pierce makes Sammy versus Hardy for tonight, with the loser being removed from Team SmackDown. Sammy is not happy about this, and he goes away. I still don't know why Von Wagner is here. McAfee is wondering who that is, considering... See, here's the thing, too. If he's keeping the name Von Wagner, why would Pat McAfee say, who the hell is that? Because we've had talent backstage segments come from NXT, and they say their name. They didn't say his name, so he might not be Von Wagner, which, by the way, is a very shitty-ass name. He's the son of one of the Beverly brothers. Just have him be something Beverly. Or something Bloom, since his name is Bloom. His last name is Bloom. No, he's not related to Matt Bloom, but Bloom. Outcome of the show about 9,000. She does her pose. She's here to promote the Raw Women's Champion versus SmackDown Women's Champion versus Champion match. The only champion versus champion match that actually got promoted tonight. Wow. The Usos say nothing on Team RK Bro. Nothing from Roman on Big E. But of course, I guess you can count Xavier Woods versus him tonight as some kind of promotion because they are still members of the New Day. But yeah, the only match that actually got any kind of highlight was this. It's the same old shit, different day with her. You hear the same shit over and over. Back from break, we see highlights from Wednesday's WrestleMania 38 ticket on sale party at AT&T Stadium in Dallas with Chief Brand Officer Stephanie McMahon, The Undertaker champion Big E, Women's Tag Team champions Rhea Ripley and Nikki Cross, the Street Profits, and a special Make-A-Wish giveaway with the WrestleMania tickets and more. McAfee plugs WrestleMania 38 tickets being on sale now. Which The Undertaker in the video package said we set the bar last time because we put 100,000 people in this building. And we're going to do it on 2 nights. And I'm like, you're not putting 100,000 in that building on both nights, if any night at all. You'll be lucky if you get even 90,000 in one night. It's just not going to happen. And the only way that there's 100,000 each night is that Vince McMahon likes to, elaborate on who's all there. They're going to count the ushers, the ticket people, the people working at the bar, people working at catering, anybody who's there who works for WWE and is not a contracted wrestler, they're going to get counted as being in attendance. Same shit, different day. Really don't give a shit. Toni Storm comes out. Wow, Toni Storm's actually here. I'm surprised. Maybe she'll join the SmackDown women's team. No, probably Sonya Deville. And oh my god, before she came out, this was cringe as shit. I'm sorry, but am I watching SmackDown? Am I watching Nickelodeon, Nick Jr. at 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the morning on a weekday? Am I watching Dora? Or am I watching Bob the Builder? Because you have fucking Charlotte 9000 out here and having the crowd go with her say, uh-oh, 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 over and over again. And I just wanted to smash my head on my desk. I cannot believe this made air. This was cringe as fuck. Oh my god. So Storm comes out, she says, Flair Showbot says that she's star maker, she's elevated women. Toni Storm comes out and says, no, you haven't done none of that. You don't help younger generation. She says Lynch defended her title on Raw just a week ago, but has Flair defended her since she's been on SmackDown? No. She tells Flair to put her money where her mouth is and accept this challenge for a title match tonight. Fans pop for Storm and Flair says, absolutely not. Walks away. Toni Storm looked like she's about ready to fucking cry. I don't know why. I don't know what it was, but she got denied. And it literally looked like she was about to cry from being told, not given what she wanted. And if that's the case, my god, they've ruined Toni Storm. Toni Storm definitely, of course, she signed her contract, her main roster contract. I would not be surprised if Toni Storm is on the next set of cuts. I mean, they just fired B-Fab, who signed a deal the week before. What's to say they ain't going to fire Toni Storm because they're not doing jack shit with her? Kayleen Braxton is backstage with King Xavier Woods, asking about how Paul Heyman remains up the ante tonight. He says Reigns is sorely mistaken if he thinks Woods will bend his knee and acknowledge him. Woods says, with Kofi Kingston being injured and Big E's champion taking the apron powerbomb on Monday, the New Day has had a rough week, but that stops tonight. He gets hyped up about how he's going to storm the Iron of Relevancy and plant his flag in the name of King Woods. Says Reigns really wants to be king, but let's be serious, Woods walks off. Sami Zayn versus Jeff Hardy. Winner stays on the SmackDown team, loser leaves. Obviously, you knew how this match was going to go because why would Jeff Hardy be taken off Team SmackDown? What does Jeff Hardy have to lose here? He gets off Team SmackDown, whoop-de-doo, he doesn't get his pay-per-view payday. Sami Zayn opened his mouth backstage, inserted his foot, and is most likely going to lose. Guess what? He lost. Now, before we go to the match, Aaliyah's backstage on the phone. She is pretty much literally in tears, talking to somebody how she got kicked off the team. Mustafa Ali walks up and she answers the call. Ali says he gets it. Aaliyah was on her way up, but things came crashing down. It's a shame how tonight was supposed to be one of the biggest moments of Aaliyah's career, but it ended up being the worst. Ricochet interrupts and says Aaliyah shouldn't believe a thing Ali says. He says Aaliyah crushed it. It was in the ring with some legends in the making. You should remember that she won. Ricochet tells Aaliyah to always keep her head up. She asks if he really believes that, and he keeps giving her words of encouragement. Ricochet and Aaliyah walk off together as Ali looks and sees, as we see this feud is going to be brought back up. And they're not on Monday Night Raw, so they don't take main event for SmackDown talent. It's always Raw talent. So, and Superstars was canceled years ago. So I don't know what the hell they're going to expect these guys to do, because you know they're not going to get much TV time. They didn't get much TV time on Monday Night Raw. Match happens. Jeff Hardy hits the Twisted. Well, Sami Zayn tries to win by cheating. Jessica Carr, which is the only referee who has her name ever said, because she is a female, even though there is a black female over on Monday Night Raw, but they never say her name. I have no idea what the hell her name is. But Monday Night Raw, but Jessica Carr is in the ring. She catches Sami Zayn trying to use his feet to leverage pin and win. He argues with her. He eats a twist of fate. He gets hit with a swanton and he loses. And then they do something as the graphic is standing, as like Jeff leaves. Sami Zayn's getting his bearings. He gets up. They show the graphic on the Tron with all 5 members. And then they make Sami Zayn watch that. He asked for this. His graphic just disappears, and it's Mr. Silhouette again. Hey, Mr. Silhouette got himself another spot on Survivor Series. How long will he be there? Who knows? We see a video from earlier today with Hit Row's low dollar, AJ Francis, Isaiah Swerve Scott, and Ashante the Adonis. Backstage, they rhyme about being on SmackDown and how good it's been so far, and then we get to one of the most cringy-ass things I have ever seen. Jinder Mahal and Shanky are backstage. So, Shit Row, is going to be feuding with Jinder Mahal and Shanky. So, Jinder and Shanky decide they're going to rap. Who, just like the Charlotte thing earlier, who booked this shit? Who wrote this thing? Who let this get past creative? Why would nobody get up and say that this was a bad idea? Jinder finishes and says, Hit Row, more like Cringe Row, which, I've heard people negative about Hit Row say that before, so I wonder where that came. Wow, like, this was horrendous. This is the best you got? Shit Row goes from killing. This is the thing. The week that they make their debut, B-Fab, of course, gets released 2 weeks later. The week they make their debut, they face some jobbers and kill them. They do a segment backstage with Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston singing King Woods. And they didn't wrestle that night. B-Fab gets released. The next day, they come out and they do something with Sami Zayn. And now, they've only had the entire stable, the entire group had one match on TV. Just one. Yes, they probably had matches on house shows. Good for them. But we've seen one match. And now they're going to go up against Shanky and Jinder Mahal. Oh my God, this is going to be a train wreck. Absolute train wreck. Isaiah Swerve Scott, he's a made man. This dude should be wrestling. He should be a guy who is just elevated to the, like, after the Shit Row stuff's done, he needs to be one of those guys that they have as a viable guy who could one day, if they wanted to, be WWE Universal Champion. Not anytime soon, because until Braun Breaker comes up and beats Roman Reigns, which that's exactly where that's going. Yeah, he should be somebody vying for the Intercontinental title, or if he gets dropped to the Raw, vying for the U.S. title, or whatever each one of those titles. Swerve should be a singles champion by this time next year. Ashanti the Adonis, $0. He's shit. Shit Row, their very first feud. You bring them up from NXT, and their very first feud is Jinder Mahal and Shanky. Of all people, that's who you put them with? Holy shit. These guys are dead. D-E-A-D, dead. Another vignette for Xia Li, which maybe she's going to be the person who takes the spot of SmackDown. I don't know. Camera's backstage with Rich Holland now. He asks about his praise for Sheamus on last week's show. Rich says he's been speaking from the heart, as Sheamus really is his idol. And where he's from in England, he never thought he'd leave those streets until he saw Sheamus doing what he did, fighting the way he fought, but making a living at it. Holland never knew he could make good money fighting people, but Sheamus showed him the way, and that he's now proud to follow his footsteps. Cesaro comes in and says he's sorry to interrupt, but he couldn't help but overhear. And as he and Sheamus are like brothers, because they weren't just the bar, set the bar, they were the bar. His attitude lately has been off. He warns Ridge to be careful at what he wished for. Ridge is aware of the relationship and is calling his shot, as he and Sheamus will be a far better tag team than the bar ever was. Ridge says if Cesaro doesn't like what he's saying, he can take it up with Sheamus because he will be here next week. I feel the reason Sheamus hasn't been around is they're giving him proper time for his nose to heal. Remember when Rich Holland was in NXT and was a certifiable badass working with Pete Dunne? Now you have him up here being a fan obsessed with Sheamus. They've killed this guy and he isn't even on SmackDown for a month yet. Wow. Of course, Rich Holland was made by Vince McMahon, by Triple H in NXT. He was being worked up by Triple H. This is not Triple H's Rich Holland. This is Vince McMahon's Rich Holland now. And he's just done. Absolutely done. Universal Champion Roman Reigns versus Xavier Woods. Now, the match. This match was fucking good. Xavier Woods, I think I'm not the only one to say this, but Xavier Woods as a talent is underrated highly. Like, you think of the New Day, you think of Xavier, you think of Kofi Kingston as one of the like high flying like guys. You think of Biggie as the Muscle. Both of those guys one's a former WWE champion, one is the current WWE champion. Xavier Woods doesn't seem to get the credit that the other guys do. And I know he's never going to be WWE champion. They're never going to give him a championship opportunity. The King of the Ring is probably the highest he's ever going to get, which at one time would have been a huge honor. But the way the King of the Ring has been in the last decade and a half, no. So this was a good match. Roman Reigns gave Xavier Woods a lot. Xavier had a good bit into this. He even looked like he was going to pull off the win. Like, Roman, the coast-to-coast elbow drop is a thing of beauty. The fact that Roman Reigns was all the way on the other side of the ring, and Xavier was able to hit the coast-to-coast elbow drop, about to pick up the win. The Usos pull him out, beat the shit out of him. So Xavier Woods wins. They beat him up. They destroy him. Roman takes the knee. He actually takes the knee, but the Usos get the crown and take Xavier Woods' crown and crown Roman Reigns. Roman gets up, puts the finger up for "We the Ones," and SmackDown goes off the air. I don't care if it's a DQ. I don't care what type of finish it is. Roman Reigns should not be losing any way whatsoever. Roman Reigns should not be taking a knee. This was a way to give Xavier Woods' King reign a send-off. He won King of the Ring. You're never going to take that away from him, but it was time to end the King of the Ring stuff. Just enough. Like, I don't care for the King of the Ring. And Xavier Woods, you take the King of the Ring and you put it on Xavier Woods. He makes a mockery of it. He's jumping around, being a goofball. And it's absolutely fucking disrespectful to that crown. But SmackDown ended. I don't know if Xavier Woods is going to not have the crown anymore because they gave it to Roman, which would be fucking stupid. It does, the crown did it look like it fit Roman better than Xavier Woods. Absolutely, I would say that it looked good on him. But I don't know, man. I do not know who thinks any of this is a good idea. The only thing I can say why they did this is because, next week's are the go-home shows, and since we are back in front of fans, I'm sure SmackDown talent will be on Monday Night Raw to invade Monday Night Raw to make it look like there's actually beef between Raw and SmackDown. Then we'll get the SmackDown and the Raw team will come to SmackDown and they'll beat them. We'll have a invasion there. And we can just have that go back and forth. And I don't really give a shit. That's probably what we're going to have, is that we're going to go and we're going to have all that happen. So we can have Big E invade SmackDown. Him and Roman Reigns can go, because Roman Reigns is probably not going to come invade Monday Night Raw. That's for all the lower card people. But Big E's going to be there on SmackDown on Friday. He's going to invade SmackDown, and he's going to go after Roman Reigns for taking out Kofi and for potentially taking out Xavier Woods. And that's basically the only reason they did this. I could have seen, with the way the match went tonight, the match was pretty good. I could have easily seen them have Roman kill Xavier Woods in a title match just to give him somebody to eat. Roman Reigns is feeding on everybody until they finally bring up Braun Breaker, who will hopefully be Rex Steiner when he comes up. But they bring up Braun Breaker because the only person I see in NXT that, if they build him up right, is going to be the man to take that title off of Roman Reigns is Braun Breaker. That's just me guessing, and I wouldn't say WrestleMania 38, I'd say WrestleMania 39. WrestleMania 39 or WrestleMania 40, Braun Breaker will be up here, and he's going to take that title off of Roman Reigns, in my opinion. But that's my opinion. You don't like it? That's up to you. You think anyone else? Because, honestly, Ron Wagner sure as hell ain't going to do it. And Brock shouldn't do it. The Rock's not going to do it. Drew McIntyre sure as hell ain't going to do it. Jeff Hardy's not going to do it. Fucking anybody else, like, I could honestly see them doing a Ricochet Roman Reigns match just to have somebody for Roman Reigns to feed on so his title reign can go on. Because Roman's going to defend the title once a month probably, or once a month. He'll do it at day one. He'll do it at Royal Rumble. Whatever they do in February, which I think is, they doing Fastlane? I don't know if they're doing the Elimination Chamber. I think they're doing Fastlane. But he's just going to have talent to feed on. So when the time is right, whoever actually does beat him, it's going to be a big fucking deal. And they got to pick the right guy, because nobody on the main roster right now is ready to beat Roman Reigns. Not Drew, not Sami Zayn, not anybody else. Not Ricochet, not Drew McIntyre. I'm trying to think of others on SmackDown who could try to take it from him, who are babyfaces or could become babyface. There's really not many. Not Xavier Woods if they go with an Xavier Woods match, which honestly I thought they could have, but after tonight, I don't know. But that is your Rampage and SmackDown review. This was not a good night for either show. Hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video. Find me on Minds at the Frowns Club. Find me on twitch.tv/thefrownsclub, and find me on Instagram at the Frowns Club. And I'll see you tomorrow night for Full Gear. Until then, and a new AEW champion in my opinion. Until then, my name is the Frowns, and I'll see you guys later.